In the heart of Indonesia's Komodo National Park, where ancient dragons still walk the earth, nature doesn't play by human rules. On what seemed like an ordinary morning, a park ranger named Maine entered his office, unaware that a silent predator was waiting in the shadows. This is the true and terrifying story of the Komodo dragon attack on Park Ranger Maine. A shocking reminder that even in places of beauty, death can lurk behind the door. Komodo Island, home to over 3,000 Komodo dragons, the world's largest living lizards. These apex predators can reach over 10 feet in length and weigh up to 150 kilograms. With serrated teeth, venomous saliva, and lightning-fast reflexes, they've earned their name, the Dragons of Death. Park rangers like Maine dedicate their lives to studying and protecting these prehistoric beasts. But on that morning, the line between protector and prey was about to blur. It was early, just after sunrise. Maine had just arrived at his ranger post, a small wooden office overlooking the coastline. He poured himself coffee, sat at his desk, and began his morning report. But beneath the floorboards, a massive Komodo dragon had wandered in, drawn by the scent of meat scraps left by tourists the day before. As Maine leaned forward, he heard it, a low hiss. Before he could react, the dragon lunged through the open doorway, its jaws clamped onto his leg, driving rows of serrated teeth deep into flesh. Maine screamed for help, but the beast wouldn't let go. Komodo dragons don't just bite, they grip and twist, tearing muscle and bone. Its saliva, filled with venom and bacteria, flowed into the wound. Fellow rangers rushed in, striking the dragon with sticks, shouting, trying to pry its jaws open. The struggle lasted more than a minute that felt like eternity. When they finally freed Maine, his leg was torn open from knee to ankle. He was losing blood fast. With no hospital on the island, the only hope was an emergency evacuation by boat to Labuan Bajo, miles across open sea. Every second counted. As his fellow rangers held pressure on the wound, Maine drifted in and out of consciousness. He had dedicated his life to protecting these creatures, and now one had nearly ended it. By the time they reached the hospital, Maine had lost nearly half his blood. Against all odds, Maine survived. His injuries were severe, deep puncture wounds, torn muscles, but doctors managed to save his leg. After months of recovery, he returned to Komodo Island, not as a victim, but as a living reminder of nature's unpredictable power. Komodo dragons are not mindless killers. They're evolution's masterpiece, equipped with venom glands that release toxins causing shock and massive blood loss. Their serrated teeth slice like saw blades, and their hunting strategy relies on patience, stealth, and precision. This wasn't an act of malice, it was instinct. Maine's attack was a result of human proximity and nature's raw, untamed truth. Komodo National Park now enforces stricter rules, sealed ranger stations, no open food, and constant vigilance. Because in a land ruled by dragons, even a moment's carelessness can turn deadly. But beyond the fear lies a message. Coexistence with nature demands respect. When we forget that, nature reminds us, often brutally, that we are not in control. Maine's story is one of survival and a warning. The Komodo dragon is not a monster. It is a mirror, reflecting our fragile place in the wild. Thank you for watching. Remember, every creature, no matter how terrifying, plays a role in the balance of our world. Subscribe for more true wildlife stories that reveal nature's power and humanity's place within it.